Oftentimes, we tell ourselves once we reach those levels we desire, we'll become more disciplined, we'll become more happy. And that really isn't the case. That's far from the truth, because the more you achieve, the more occupied you'll be. The more money I make, the more busier I am. The more students I get, the more busier I am. The more accounts I get, the more accounts I have to manage. Also, you might have people saying, once I move out and I go to Thailand, for example, I'll become more disciplined. And that's also super far from the truth, because most of the people, really 99% of people, could not handle Thailand. Okay, because Thailand is too good, and that's exactly why most people will see that downfall there. You need to have a super good discipline in order to handle Thailand, because everything's cheap, because you can do everything, you can party every single day, and that really makes it difficult to be on your grind and super disciplined in order to make it or achieve your dreams or scale up your business, whatever is your goal. Just understand that just because you're in a certain place right now, okay, it doesn't mean that once you get to the next level, things are going to be easier. Things are actually going to get harder. Okay, maybe in trading terms it will get easier, but trading will never get to the point where it's just rainbows and sunshine. Okay, I know that the most videos you see are guys just like day in the life, random day in the life, they get a win right away. It seems that they're always winning, it seems that like there's no losses, but that's completely false. That's completely false, okay? Me and my profitable friends, we might have our best winning streak of all time, and be super overconfident. And you might think this as well, like when you're in a super good winning streak, that this is it. This is it. I'm on a super good winning streak. There might be losses in the future, but like this is it. I finally got it. It's just up from here, you know, and there will be no losing streaks per se. And that's completely false, because you go out of that winning streak and you go into a losing streak. Okay? That's the case for me right now. But as long as you continue to follow the same steps that got you that winning streak, then you get back to it eventually. It's just to say that don't trick yourself in thinking that just because things might seem easier on the next level, they won't. Maybe in trading terms, like you will get better, you'll become a better trader, so now trading is more easy, let's say, but it would just be a next challenge. It would just be a next challenge ahead. Okay? You just killed the level 5 boss. Once you get to level 6, that doesn't mean it gets easier. You just get a different boss at a different level, and you need to be at another skill in order to defeat it. And in order to make it in trading, you need to be super disciplined. Okay, it's not just a type of discipline where, oh, I gotta wake up early because I gotta go to work. Okay, because in those aspects there's outside accountability, meaning if you don't go to work, then you'll get fired. If you get fired, then you won't get your monthly salary and you won't be able to pay the bills. You pay the consequences by not doing the work that you're supposed to. But what about your side hustles? What about your fitness? What about trading in this example? If you decide to not do the work that you're supposed to today, do the backtesting, do the education, look at the live markets, then who's gonna put the accountability on you? No one, except for yourself. So you gotta have that level of discipline where you can have accountability for your own actions, because outside of comfortability is easy. Okay, if you have to go to your job, then yes, it's hard, but in regards to discipline, it's really the most simplistic level. If you don't go to train every day, nobody's gonna put you accountable besides you. So you really need to be organize and ask yourself if you want to make it or not, because no one's coming to help you, no one's coming to save you. You really want it or not. And a good tip I can give you is to use Google Calendar. Okay, my Google Calendar is every single month gets more busy. Okay, everything's filled, and that's because the more I achieve, the more busier I get. You think like now you're super busy, making no money, and then once you start to make money, you're gonna be able to have the same free time to enjoy the other stuff? No, you'll be more busier. Okay, and trading is active income. It's not passive income. You still need to be at the charts every single day. But then yes, you can argue that like you won't need to learn so much. You can just live trade the markets. You can trade and just go to whatever you want. That's correct. That's correct. But if you want to scale up, then you need to be more time at the screen. If you want to scale up outside of trading, okay, because trading is just active income, and it won't fulfill you to the next step. Okay, you gotta to look outside of trading and deliver more time into those things. So then you will be more busier. Okay, it's not just because okay you figure out like maybe if you want to be at that level, you know, but if you want to scale, then you gotta make sacrifices, and that's all that it is, sacrifices. And when I was talking about the Google Calendar tip, go get yourself a Google Calendar. Okay, it's completely for free. Just use your Gmail and you can get it. I want you to start to fill up the Google Calendar. So like what time, like your work, your school, your training sessions, but also your trading. And then just look at it and ask yourself questions like, damn, what I was doing this day where everything's in blank. Okay, why am I leaving these blank hours between these things I'm doing during the day? Those little blanks will subconsciously call you lazy. But it's you putting accountability on yourself because you're looking at the exact amount of work that you're doing, at the exact amount of hours that you're putting. Because otherwise you're just thinking, oh yeah, I did some work yesterday, everything's good. But once you put that stuff into the Google Calendar and you actually take accountability for how many hours that you're doing, then you're realizing, I'm actually not doing that much. Because these blank spaces are way bigger than the ones where actually there's some productive thing going on. So I want you to use the Google Calendar just for productive things. Okay, if you're gaming, if you're watching Pornhub, obviously don't put those stuff in there. Just keep your productive stuff in there and maybe even do some calculations. For example, I have an Excel spreadsheet that accounts for how many hours have I put in this, in that, in this business. So then I'm accountable for how many hours have I put into something, but also if I'm working well. Okay, if I do a 40-hour week, then that week's a flop. That week I was bullshitting almost sort, or something happened, or I had a flight, or maybe I was sick at some point. Being a person, no, but you gotta ask yourself those questions, okay? And if you want to make it, then there's no day off, guys. There is no days off. Like some of you guys see me at this massive level above you, but I'm not taking days off, and perhaps you are. And that can't be the case, man. That can't be the case. You either want it or you don't want it. At least some hours of the day, you know? If you're not profitable yet, then take advantage of the weekends. If you're working, take advantage of the weekends to just get better at trading, okay? You might say, oh, but markets are not open. Who cares if markets are open or not? You're still not profitable. So why not go deeper into education? Consume your mentor's content. Whether you paid for it or not, if it's free on YouTube, go consume it. Go deeper into education. Go backtest. That's super essential. Go watch your journal. Okay, go journal the trades from the past week. See what you did right. See what you did wrong. See what you can improve on. And when I was working as an accountant in France, I was literally working from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5 from Europe means I'm not trading London, neither New York. Okay, so it's super hard. If you're in Europe as a full-time trader, then I usually say that that's the best session that you can be. But if you're not full-time trader yet, and you're in school or you're in work, then Europe is the worst timing you can be in. Because the 9 to 5, if you're in a 9 to 5, then you're working whilst London and New York session are playing out. So you don't get to trade live markets. So what I did was, when I was out of work, I would go in on trading from 6 to 10 p.m. and then maybe allow myself two hours of free time until midnight, go to sleep, and then go work and repeat every single day. And then the weekends, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours of straight work. That could be trading education. All right? And that's the level of sacrifice that you got to do in order to go to the next level. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, but I got this work, I got kids, I got this, I got that. Guess what? Everybody got that. You're not the only one. So 99% of people are in the same situation. The way you stand out is by making the extra sacrifice. Because a lot of people will give those excuses, but then they won't give those same excuses for having time to Netflix, having time to game. Okay, you either want it or you don't want it. You gotta be driven, man. You gotta be driven. And it's not motivation that will put you at this level, it's discipline. Okay, because motivation comes and goes. I'm not motivated every single day to work, but it's the discipline. It's the discipline that puts you in place. If I go to sleep on a day that I know that I did absolutely nothing, that I just stayed on the couch like a lazy motherfucker and just watch, I don't know, YouTube or Netflix or something, I won't be able to sleep. I'll go to sleep like, damn, you's a bitch, man. You's a motherfucker. And that's just my reality. If you're able to go through a day knowing that you did absolutely nothing towards your goals and you can't sleep well, then you don't really want it like that. You don't really want it like that. And if you're struggling with motivation, then just instead of having these big goals, okay, the end goal is those big achievements, but just have yourself smaller goals. In this week, I don't need to have a profitable week. I just need to follow my plan. I just need to backtest every single day for 30 minutes. Achieve that. Go to Google Calendar. Put your daily tasks that you need to do. You'll get some dopamine, some good dopamine, by ticking off those tasks, meaning that you did the work to complete it. And don't go super heavy on those tasks. Start by little, okay? Because otherwise you just overwhelm you, and if you're not used to this, then you won't be getting that much dopamine. You will actually get the opposite. And yeah, boys, train yourself, train your brain to chase this dopamine more, rather than the one that you get from Instagram Reels, from TikTok, from that bad stuff. Anyone can be a profitable trader, but not everyone will be a profitable trader. Not because of their race, not because of their ethnicity, not because of their gender, their sexuality, whatever. Just because of what they sacrifice, their character, okay? If they're willing to put in the work or not. Because everybody wants to make it, but not everyone is willing to put in the work. To cut off Netflix, to cut off the games, okay? Because it's super hard to maintain a work, kids, and a side hustle on the side that's trading, that takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of fucking slow results, okay? Because trading is about slow results. You can put as much action as you want, but you might not even see the results for a year or 2 years or 3 years. The most amount of profitable traders I see, they all just have their breakthrough phase at the 3rd year, or at the 4th, or at the 5th, okay? So if you're just a couple months in, or 1 year, and you're already depressed, then go watch the others. Go watch the others. I only had my breakthrough phase at 3rd, 4th year, okay? It doesn't get easy. But if you really want it, and if you have the discipline to do so, you'll definitely achieve your goal someday. It's like the law of attraction, but the law of attraction only works if you're putting in the action. If you're just believing in something and just dreaming about it, because most of y'all do a lot of visualization, but the visualization is actually just less than 1% of the work. The work really is in action, okay? And that action towards your goal, slowly but surely, will get you there. That's the point for this video. It's just to stay disciplined. It's just a matter of time before you achieve the goals you desire. Please leave a like, subscribe. It's been one of those talking ones. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed this knowledge just coming to the dome, scriptless, and hopefully drop some gems for y'all. Follow me on Instagram. Go join the free Discord. Have a good day, fellas.